Hey everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that are new to Soul Embers, my name is Andrea. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, coach, counsellor, and I practice alternative medicine. And welcome back to my existing subscribers. I really appreciate your ongoing support, guys. So today, Capricorn, I'm going to let the cards fall as they may and deliver the strongest message for you. But before I do that, I would like to read something to you. So I'm hosting a discussion group and I'm preparing the content for it. And as I was going through those preparations, I felt really inspired to share a part of that with my YouTube family. It's about the inner conflict we experience, as well as our contradictions and acceptance, right? And by reading this to you, I'm hoping that as I go into today's reading, I can really offer a different perspective so that you can see, let me rephrase that. I'm hoping to offer you an opportunity to broaden your perspective as I provide the guidance today, right? Okay, and I will read it. So, like everyone else, my life is filled with contradiction. I support and respect traditional therapy and pharmaceuticals and equally believe in the extraordinary healing power within our natural environment. I support science-backed research and studies and equally believe in unfounded concepts relating to the profound power of our thoughts, energy vibration, and the universal essence of life known as spirit, which connects all living organisms and animates us into existence. Mao Zedong, a Chinese leader and founder of the People's Republic in China, described existence as constant transformation and contradiction. Freud and other great minds of our time support similar concepts relating to this paradox of human nature. I am no stranger to the constant contradicting thoughts and emotions. However, I have learned to accept my contradictions. I don't suppress, oppress, judge, shame, guilt, or resist them anymore. This caused me nothing but pain, poor health, self-doubt, self-sabotage, a victim mentality, a lack of progress, and unhealthy relationships. I now run my inner world more like a democracy and less like a dictatorship. In summary, I choose the perspective, thoughts, and actions I engage in and give my energy and time to. I gained more control of my life by releasing control of myself. And this is yet another contradiction, right? In summary, we are constantly changing, impacted by our environment and those around us, and our contradictions keep us in check. They call us to clarify what matters, what we want, what we value, and where we invest our energy. The internal discussion they generate offers freedom of choice and an opportunity to live with intention. So guys, by reading this, I call you to consider whether you're treating your internal world or some of the aspects of yourself more like a democracy or more like a dictatorship. And those parts of you that you're treating as a dictatorship, you're controlling, you're criticizing, or you're judging, how can you allow them to take space? Because what that will do is it will take the edge off the intense emotions that's generated by resisting that aspect of yourself, and heightening that inner conflict within you. And a lot more energy goes into controlling than allowing those different aspects of ourselves to take space, to be acknowledged, to tell the dominant aspects of ourselves to take a seat. So I'm hoping that that's helpful as we go through today's reading, Capricorn. I'm going to jump into it and see what the message is for you. So guys, and please do comment below, if you feel comfortable, of course, what are some of the contradictions that you experience? What's some of the inner conflict that you really want to work through and harmonize within yourself? And if you do want to apply this approach, this guidance, that's offered today, perhaps you can start off by applying it to a contradiction or an inner conflict within yourself that you're not really emotionally invested in, because it's a lot easier to disengage from it than it would be from something that you're really invested in. It would be a great start. I'd love to hear from you. It really does help me connect with your energy, and I use those to determine your future readings, right? Okay, Capricorn, what's the message we have for you? What's going on with Capricorn? What does Capricorn need to know right now? How are they being guided? How would we be guiding Capricorn at this time? Guys, I'm getting for you, you're putting something off. I'm really feeling that strongly. Boundaries. Yes, you are putting something off. You know what's interesting about this? I'm going to hold the card up, and I want to show you, and this is something I often talk about too, right? But let me show you first. I hope you can see that. Now, surrounding this woman is a bubble. On the left-hand side of the bubble, the lighting, there is a flower that's trying to penetrate the bubble, right? I hope you guys can see that. I often say that I prefer to refer to, rather than say boundaries, I prefer to say standards. And, you might say, you know what, it's the same. But the way we process the words that we say and what we tell ourselves really determines our mindset, right? A boundary keeps things out. It also protects us, but it keeps everything out. It's a boundary. Nothing can get through this, right? But there are things that nourish us, that nurture us, that give us, teach us our lessons, that allow us to level up, that allow us to step into the character that we want to, that we can gain inspiration, creativity. We can be nurtured, loved. The list goes on, right? So a boundary will keep those things out. We put them there to keep ourselves safe. That's the purpose that they serve. But they just prevent us from experiencing life as well. Whereas the standard says, this is what I'm about, this is where I stand, and anybody that can align with that standard, or any experience or any opportunity that can align with that standard, is welcome. Anything that's not is not. It's the same approach though with the boundary. When we say, I don't like that, I'm putting this boundary up, then it means that in that aspect, in that particular area, anything that has to do with that topic is blocked out too. It doesn't allow for whatever is aligning with that standard that you're trying to maintain by creating a boundary. It doesn't allow it to come through. So I hope that gives you some understanding of what's going on with you right now, Capricorn. You have created a boundary that keeps all the good stuff and the bad stuff out. And you need to make a decision. You need to make a decision, because you can't stay where you're at anymore. You have healed, you have learnt, you have matured, and you have, I don't know why I'm getting this, but you have a responsibility to share your wisdom with others. That is going to give you great joy. Now, some of you may have had really traumatic experiences in a relationship. Some of you may have had traumatic experiences with your health. Whatever the case might be, Capricorn's resilience, discipline, determination and focus is something that other people really, really admire and aspire to. Your stories are a source of inspiration, and they're also a source of healing and releasing and letting go of these outdated beliefs you have for yourself. Capricorn, you have what it takes to do whatever it is that you are putting off. The decision that is creating all this inner turmoil. You know, something is not right for you. There is something that is definitely not aligning. And for some of you, I feel that it's really impacting your mental health, and it's impacting everything, your motivation, your inspiration, your passion, your relationships. I mean, it's disengaging you from everything, and you see it, yet you feel safe within this bubble that you've created. But there is a flower that wants to break through here. This is a transformation, right? It is a white flower. It is transformation. It's pure. It is whatever it is for your good. That's what it feels like. The decision that you're holding off is the decision that's going to set you free, Capricorn. Okay? And it is literally, it's almost like the universe says, you need to take this. You have a purpose to serve, Capricorn. You need to take this, and we're going to make your life so uncomfortable where you're at right now that you have no choice but to disengage from it and follow and make that decision that you're holding off. So the Capricorns that I'm connecting with right now, you might be feeling really challenged and torn in making a specific decision. You're questioning whether it's the best move. You're worried about how it's going to impact your stability, your security, whatever it is for you, you know. You're worried whether you're focusing on the losses here, Capricorn, you know. Let's look at what you can gain. Envision yourself post making this decision, when you've worked through the challenging emotions that come with the change. You're focusing on the challenging emotions of making the decision. Now, let's look a little bit further than that, Capricorn. Let's look at what happens after you get through those challenging emotions. Where are you? What are you doing? How do you feel? What does this decision, what opportunities, you know, what joy does this decision bring to your life? All right, I want 2 more cards. Yeah. Okay, 1 more. I'm not taking that one. I am taking these 3. Okay. Capricorn, this card has fallen out for 3 readings. I think it was 1 water sign, and I don't even remember which readings it came out for. Wow. Okay, I'm getting 2 stories. We have a perfect match here. We have the mother and the father. We have the king and the queen. No, we have the king of kings and the queen of queens. Okay? The emperor and the empress. Perhaps the most powerful of them all. The creator and the nurturer. This is who you are. Okay? Now, some of you may think that this has to do with another individual, an intimate partner, something like that. Finding whatever it might be. Some of you may. And you can, depending on your situation, view it that way. But what I feel in this reading is that this is the perfect the yin and yang within you. You have mastered it, Capricorn. You know, I did your reading last week, and I will link it in the reading, in this reading somewhere, on what's blocking you. And I believe your reading had to do with you not recognizing the extraordinary power that you have. I believe. I'll link it. I recommend you check it out. So there's a very similar energy to this. And what I'm getting is that you have become so self-sufficient, so super independent, Capricorn. You are the master of your world. You know what I mean? You have the power to both nurture and expand your world and put in place the boundaries or the standards, the plans, whatever it might be, to keep things in check. You have mastered both of these. The problem I'm finding here is that there is something within you that drove you to master these. I mean, this is, you have been able to really grow. There has been massive growth in your ability to take action, in your ability to, build an awareness around your emotions, around your needs, to plan and execute, to build a safe and secure environment for yourself. Not only have you been able to envision those and dream about them, you've also been able to put things in place. There is an enormous amount of self-education that's going on here to put things in place to, strategize, plan and execution, to bring everything into fruition. You think it, you become it. Your ability to manifest and to just the law of attraction right now, it's like you're the magician. I'm surprised the magician didn't come up. No, it didn't. But what's happening here is that what really drove you is your desire to protect yourself, to fight for your stability and your security. There is a deep sense of loss that drove this, of grief that drove this, of disappointment, and you have stood on your 2 feet and you have fought everything off. You are the army, Capricorn, and this has caused you so much grief. It caused you so much grief. It caused you to be so hard on yourself. It caused you to really, I'm getting here, it really caused you to not only be hard on yourself, but really self-critical. It's almost like you're punishing yourself for the things that have happened to you, that you should have known better. But all of this that you have carefully put together, I'm going to apologize right up front to the Capricorns that are going to get offended. All this hard work that you have put towards building your defenses and your front line, the universe is going to come in and just annihilate that, because you are the key to a lot of you have a task that's greater than yourself, and you need to spread your wisdom with the world. You need to tell your story. You need to get out there and exercise vulnerability with strangers and just share your experiences. You're down to earth. You're very nurturing. You're very your warmth and your stability is so unbelievably attractive. And the minute you allow you just soften up those edges, like I'm so tense right now, like drop your shoulders, take a deep breath, pay attention to your muscles. How tight is everything? Allow yourself to soften a little bit. Allow people in. They're interested in you, Capricorn. They find that they want to deepen their connection with you. They want to nurture that. I'm getting emotional, guys. They want to be close to you. There are people out there that can really benefit from what you have to offer. If something has happened, Capricorn, that's really jaded you, that's really hurt you, and that has resulted in you becoming a force to be freaking reckoned with, okay, it can no longer harm you. You can no longer harm yourself. You have control of your thoughts. You can regulate your emotions in a way you never used to be able to. The decision that you're holding off is based on a fear that you can't regulate yourself, or that you don't trust that they won't pull the wool over your eyes, that you won't be taken advantage of. You know, your fear of this vulnerability, and this vulnerability is the key to your success. It's a contradiction, isn't it? It's a contradiction. So I'm going to leave it there. I really am interested to know who this resonates with. I do take personal readings for those of you that are interested. You know, please reach out if you'd like to. My contact details are in the description box. About just, you know, and I don't even need to tell you, Capricorn, how you can work through this. You already know how to work through this. It's about releasing that control that you're really feeling challenged by, and slipping back into those repeated patterns of behavior that you feel you've created for your safety. It's almost like, I want this, I want to make this decision, but I feel like I'm being held back. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I could go on forever in this reading. Have a great week, Capricorn. I will see you for your next lot of readings. Bye.